All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Wednesday night live show for Find Out Media. It has been a little bit since we have done these. One, I think 2 weeks ago, I might have been sick or something. And then last week, we were in DC doing the State of the Union live show. So we were not able to do it then. But we're back. And Luke is going to be joining us in a minute. I don't know what's going on with him, but we have two great guests with us, and both have been with us before. So I'm going to introduce Tim Whitaker first, who co-founder of the New Evangelicals, and now doing your own bit. That's Tim Whitaker Speaks.
Yeah, founder of the New Evangelicals, and now I also do my own independent content under Tim Whitaker Speaks. That's right.
Awesome. And we have everybody's favorite oil and gas expert, and about to be the new host of a new show called American Power on the Find Out Media Network. We have Mr. Global. Hello there.
Hey.
All right. So we have people in here. We're ready to go. And what I want to talk about first, and I'm going to go to Mr. Global first, is the gas price and the oil issue related to the war in Iran that we have, for some reason, started, that nobody seems to be able to tell us why we have started. But Mr. Global, can you tell us a little bit about what is going on with prices? Not that I'm not going to ask you to explain why we're there, because nobody can seem to do that. But what are we seeing with prices now? And if this thing goes on, like what are we looking at here?
So right now, the price of everything, oil, gas. I don't know if you've seen the price of jet fuel, but it's
bad.
It's like over $200 a barrel.
Is that a lot? Sorry, I don't know.
What's the average for that?
Thank you.
That's a lot.
Okay.
It's what do the investors call it? A candlestick, when something just goes straight up,
candlestick,
like through the top of the chart. Like when you look at the chart, you do this with your head to try to find the top of it. But all of these prices, oil, gas, jet fuel, diesel, this is all based on panic right now, and none of this is fundamental to the market. But as the days go by, that's going to shift to market fundamentals. We have over 100 oil tankers that are currently sitting ducks in the Strait of Hormuz that no one's talking about the fact that, like, they're literally sitting ducks. Like, Iran could take out a bunch of those if they wanted right now, just sitting there. And the reason they're not, I think, is because a lot of them are empty and waiting to be loaded. But basically, another one was hit tonight, all the way up by Kuwait, by the way.
Another oil tanker was?
Yeah. It's got a big hole in it. It's leaking, but it's not on fire. Either way, it's not good. As the days go by, this panic pricing converts to fundamental pricing, and that's when you can really see prices go parabolic and go really high. So they came out today and said we're probably looking at a few weeks to figure out this insurance thing with the Donald Trump plan to insure these tankers.
Yeah, okay, I've heard about that.
We don't have a few weeks. We have days, right? So I've basically modeled this out. Another week, we're probably looking. And when I talk oil prices, I talk WTI, not Brent. You'll hear those in both. The reason I talk WTI is that's what we produce here in the United States. Brent's always a little bit more expensive anyway. WTI is $76 right now. Brent's, I think, 81.
What is the difference between those two things? I don't think many of us will know what that is.
It's just two different benchmarks, right?
Oh, okay.
So Brent is like the North Sea market. WTI is the U.S. West Texas Intermediate market. But anyway, so just keep that in mind, because some people will say, well, oil's already this high. So we're speaking in terms of WTI. And whatever number I say about WTI, just add $5 to it, and we'll call that Brent.
Oh, okay.
Because it's about $5 more on average. So another week, we're probably looking at definitely over $80 a barrel WTI. But we get into that 2 more weeks in the Strait of Hormuz, we're looking at 90. This is where the days count down. The prices just keep increasing because we shift from just this being about panic to this actually being a supply crunch. And the release, there's this notion that if we open up the Strait of Hormuz, everything's going to be fixed. That's not true at all. I did a video yesterday where I used the analogy, like there's a car wreck on the interstate, and you're like 10 miles back in a line of cars, and the amount of time it takes you to get to that car wreck once they've cleared one lane, that's how that's going to work in the Strait of Hormuz. So this thing with Donald Trump saying, as soon as we get it open, oil prices are going to fall and they'll be even lower. No, the oil prices are going to remain high for a sustained period of time. And basically Hormuz is everything right now, but even if they open it back up, we're still at war with Iran. We're still going to have high oil prices. So it's really, we're in a situation we've never been in before in history. And so we really don't know how bad it could get. Everyone was predicting $130 oil this week, and the world is oversupplied in oil right now. And that's the only reason we're sitting at 76 instead of 90, because there's a ton of oil on the market. But when you cut off 20% of that, you burn through it pretty quick. So,
I'm not the first person to make this joke, but I am so tired of living in unprecedented times. Like,
just trash.
It's just like, I just want the precedented times back. Like this, like all of this we don't know, like I'm so like, and I want to ask you something, because I've heard conflicting reports about this. Now, Iran does have large deposits of oil, if I am correct. I believe that they've been basically cut off the market from. Am I right about that?
No.
Shit. Okay. So they don't.
What do you mean?
Meaning, like, if they were to produce and drill, do they have oil deposits? Like Venezuela has the most, right? Do they have large deposits of oil in the ground?
Yes, and they're producing it. Yes,
and they do produce. And is China one of the main recipients of their oil? Is that correct? So I'm going to go on a limb here and suggest that there's probably not a lot of oil production happening in Iran right now. Would that be probably fair?
I wouldn't say that.
Oh,
we're not hitting oil facilities.
Okay. Because what I was wondering was, if China gets a lot of their oil from Iran, and I assume some other probably not great actors, if they don't have access to that supply, what happens to them?
Nothing. It's
nothing.
A lot of people have been trying to draw this line between Iran and China, and it's not really a thing. So if you take all the oil that China imports from Iran and Venezuela both, it's not that much of their total oil imports. And so, I mean, it's a lot of Iran's exports, but it's not a lot of China's imports. Does that, you know what I mean? So
people, as a scale, right? I mean, just
So people looked at this and said, holy cow, the majority of Iran's oil exports go to China. That's going to hurt China. But it's not at all close to a lot of China's imports. They get most of their oil from Saudi, from Russia, from Iraq, from other places.
Got it.
Right. And not to mention the fact they have over 1 billion barrels of oil in their strategic reserves.
1 billion?
Yes. They've been stockpiling oil for like 4 years. So China's going to be fine. People keep drawing all these lines to China, and China's going to be fine. Japan is going to be fine. People ask about Japan a lot. They're going to be fine. This isn't going to hurt them.
Okay.
Most of those talking points come from very conservative people that want to justify something Trump is doing as something that's going to hurt China.
Okay.
Oh yeah, look, Trump's screwing China over. No, he's not.
Okay.
Well, China's been buying sanctioned oil for half price for years just for this moment.
Got it. Yeah,
like we're not hurting China in any way, shape, or form.
I didn't think that we were. I didn't think we were necessarily hurting them. I was wondering about the actual effect on the supply. If they are all of a sudden coming in to, I mean, obviously they are a monster economy and they use a lot of oil. Like, would that put a strain on the prices? But it sounds like not really. I mean, if they have 1 billion in their oil reserve, what did we have at one point? Like 100 million barrels, or it's much smaller, right?
The most we ever had was 714 million under Obama. That was under Obama. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Well, I'm going to ask another question that no one's going to know the answer to, but somebody in the chat asked it. So this is not anyone's expertise, but is it true that China is helping Iran with weapons right now? I have heard reports, but I do not trust the internet. Lol. Fair point. Have they done that in the past? Maybe. And yes,
they have.
And Russia has as well. Are they currently? Probably not, but I don't know. Anybody know?
I haven't seen anything about it.
There's
I know a
Forbes
lot of
article that says why China won't help Iran.
Oh,
That's
okay.
a day ago, and I don't know anything else besides that headline. So
Yeah, that's about where I'm at.
The only thing I've read is that a lot of Iran's radar systems come from China.
Yeah.
And they're junk.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true or not. That's just what I've read. I haven't read anything about weapons.
I think we've knocked out a fair amount of the radar. And what I had heard was that a lot of the damage done in the 12-day war last year with Israel knocked out a lot of air defense systems and radar systems that they hadn't actually rebuilt. I mean, I think one of the things that I have learned through this process is that, when I was growing up in the 80s and the 90s, I was told that Iran was like this great threat, this great military threat that we had to be scared of because they would scream death to America. But literally what I've seen over the last few years is like, we keep bombing them. They don't really do anything back, and they continue to get weaker. Now, I could be right or wrong about that. But the fact that we were able to take out, 20 or 30 of their top leaders in like one day doesn't strike me that they're that sophisticated, but they're also dealing with the United States, which has the greatest military in the world. So I don't really know. But anyways, does anyone have a theory? I want to ask the crew, and I want to ask the people in the chat. Does anyone have a theory as to why we are at war with Iran and why that had to happen on Saturday? Because I am stumped. Any ideas, anybody?
Well, it happened on Saturday because markets were closed.
Do you think that was the reason?
Good answer. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a good answer. Yeah.
And also, I think we can stop calling it the 12-day war because this is the same war.
Yeah, I never stopped.
It just never stopped.
Yeah,
Take
we had like a halftime or whatever. I mean, call it whatever you want.
Intermission.
Yeah, we had an intermission.
Well, I love that I've seen now Donald Trump said we had to do it for regime change. I'm doing something that no one has done in almost 50, not quite 50 years, 47 years. Then I heard Marco Rubio, which every time I see him, I just see the pain in his face, and I love it because he is sold out so badly. And he was like,
gone.
I mean, I think when he was on the couch when Trump was yelling at Canada or whatever, you could see his soul leaving his body. He was like slinking down in the couch. But anyways, Rubio said, well, we had to because Israel was going to do it. And if Israel attacked Iran, then we were going to get hit. So we had to hit first. And it's like,
it's a preemptive defense.
Wait, what? Also, where? And also, they didn't do it last time. Like in the beginning of this war, let's say the first 12 days of this war, they just threw some symbolic rockets at Israel and called it a day. They weren't actually trying to do anything. Mm-hmm. So I'm still like, it is so mystifying to me. And now hearing about potential ground troops on the ground, which Senator Blumenthal came out of that hearing yesterday and said, I am now more concerned about ever that the administration is going to put ground troops in. Like, I don't know what the end game is. And all I am seeing is 2002 and 2003 in my head playing over and over again.
Well, Varied States is calling it out. They're trying to start the rapture. That's it. That's
someone said,
going after.
Well, but Luke, you were tell the thing about what the military, what they're telling the soldiers.
They're saying it's a war for Jesus. So I'm starting to think that maybe the fucking Christian white nationalist holy war crusades bullshit tattoos that alcoholic piece of shit's got that he proudly sports all the
there
time
he is.
Aren't for show. Maybe that's the real truth of it.
If only we had an expert here to talk about this.
I know. I was hoping for this conversation.
Tim,
Hi, it's me.
It's so great to have you again. We had you last time, but it was when Lev Parnas literally filibustered for 45 minutes.
It was ridiculous.
And we couldn't and he had
was
breaking
impressive,
news.
though.
But
Like, wow, this guy. I mean, I thought I could yap. No, this guy can really go.
I mean,
He
he's
can yap.
yeah. So I felt bad, but we had a
That was
great
fine.
conversation in the second half. But anyways,
We
so
did.
so you came from the white Christian nationalist world. You are reformed in the nationalist part, and you are would you call yourself a progressive Christian? How do you refer to yourself now?
For lack of a better term, we can go with progressive Christian now.
Sure.
Yeah, but I grew up deep in the belly of the beast that is fueling the theology that and the people who are currently in our White House and in the regime, causing hell on earth for everyone except for white Christian nationalists. So yeah,
Yeah. So with this war in Iran,
yeah. Mhm.
I am not an expert on the Bible. I was raised Catholic, as we talked about earlier today, but I am certainly but I when I look at the 10 commandments, which they are trying to force in our public squares and our schools, like there's a couple of those commandments that don't quite jive with bombing 90 million people, including hitting a school with 100 to 150 girls in it.
Yeah. Well, that's
So
correct.
how do they square the round peg? Is that what it's called? Or round the square? Whatever the shit.
With
Yeah,
a giant
whatever.
fucking missile. That's how they get it through there.
Well,
Just ram it through, Yeah, I mean, look, the Christian nationalists just essentially they cherry pick the Bible and they apply it only to themselves, never gives them power and control. So, they'll talk about the importance of being pro-life unless you're in Palestine or unless you're in Iran or unless you are a black body in America or a trans person, right?
Or you get an abortion.
Yeah, or get an abortion. Like there's qualifications here. I mean, just 2 weeks ago in Kansas, the legislature overnight erased the driver's licenses of our
No
trans
driver's
neighbors.
license,
Yeah,
yeah.
those are Christian nationalist tactics. Okay, like that's like 101. But they're regarding what's happening in Iran. Obviously, I am not the economic expert. That is not my lane. But what I can tell you is that white Christian nationalists, and there is some nuance to this, but broadly speaking, many of them believe that life has to get worse and worse. And the worse things get, the closer we are to the end times. Okay. And Luke, you made the comment of rapture, the rapture. That is a huge part of this. But here's the trick. Here's what no one will tell you. And I didn't even know this until I got out of that, that bubble of white evangelicalism. This theological framework of rapture theology was literally invented by someone born in the 19th century who fell off a horse and hit his head and developed a theology called dispensationalism that has given birth to the theology that is now reigning hell on earth in Iran, and also is part of why America will always support Israel even when it commits genocide.
So this person who
John Nelson Darby.
Nelson Darby, who fell off the horse.
That's right. He did.
So, and he just hit his head.
He did.
So probably
He
brain
came up
damage.
with the rapture.
He came up with this.
He did. So when you hear these megachurch pastors talk about how the Bible predicted this, no. They are using a hermeneutic, that's a fancy word for saying interpretive framework, all right, that they've been taught in their seminaries and in their colleges that teach this. The technical term is dispensationalism. And here's the TLDR. John Nelson Darby developed this theology, which, by the way, was not popular at all until the Schofield Bible put it in its study notes. John Nelson Darby theorized that God works throughout human history in different dispensations or ages. There's the age of innocence, that's Adam and Eve in the garden. There's the age of the law, the age of the church. There's 7 total that is broadly agreed upon. We are in age 6 out of 7. We're in the age of the church. The next age is the age of what is known as the rapture or the end time tribulation, yada, yada, yada. And John Nelson Darby developed this idea that essentially the Christians will one day in the 7th dispensation get raptured up to heaven, and God will start judging the earth. God will pour out his wrath on everyone else for 7 years. And then Christ will come back, destroy the earth, and reign on the earth with all the Christians. That's the general thesis of this statement. Now, for that to happen, though, biblical prophecy has to be fulfilled. And here's the key. This is really important for folks out there. It's kind of insider baseball, but it's so important. These people read passages from Daniel or from Revelation as still future events that have not yet happened. That is shitty theology.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so they'll read like Revelation about the market and the mark of the beast. They'll say, "Oh, we have to look out for the Antichrist. We have to look out for this mark of the beast." And so they're on the lookout for
vaccine,
this.
silly.
Yes, or back in the day, it was credit cards. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Back in the day, it was social security numbers. They thought that was the mark of the beast. So they're interpreting the Bible in a way where they're like, well, this hasn't happened yet. And so they're looking for these moments of biblical prophecy fulfilled. One of the key prophecies that they were waiting for was for the Jews to return to their homeland. That's why 1948 was such a big freaking deal for them. They go, oh my God, this is biblical prophecy being fulfilled in front of our very eyes. We must be getting closer to the rapture. And then what they do is there's a verse in Genesis, I think it's 3:23. And again, I want to be clear. They are pillaging the Bible like the fucking colonizers that they are. Okay, this is not faithful interpretive biblical theology we're talking about. This is shitty white nationalist theology that comes from a place of colonization. What they do is they look into Genesis 3:23, and I think it's 3:23. There's a section where Abram, soon to be called Abraham, is told by God that I will bless those who bless you, and I will curse those who curse you. Mike Huckabee famously got ripped apart when he dropped this line on Tucker Carlson's show because it's horseshit. But that verse, they interpret as the modern nation state of Israel. So if America doesn't bless Israel or stand by Israel, God will curse America. This is the theology behind the unwavering allegiance to the nation state of Israel, even though the Israel in the Bible, the ancient people of Israel, the Jewish people, are not at all the same anything as the current nation state. Right. So that's why, regardless of how many kids they see being bombed in Iran or in Gaza, Mike Huckabee is going to defend it. That's why they do that. So it's all, and John Hagee is kind of the biggest modern architect of this Christian Zionist movement. But yeah, this is what a lot of Christian nationalists believe. I'll say one last thing, then I'll hand it back over to you guys. This is important. Not every Christian nationalist believes this. Doug Wilson does not believe this. He's not a dispensationalist. Okay. He believes that things have to get better and better, that they have to Christianize the world for the kingdom of God to come back. So there is some infighting in this world. It's not monolithic. Pete Hegseth is discipled by Doug Wilson. However, based on some of his statements, I would say he's more in that Christian Zionist dispensationalist camp. He made a comment about wanting to see the temple rebuilt, which would erase the current mosque that's there. That's another sign of prophecy. I'm yapping. That's the general gist.
Well, every speech that fucker gives is like slam poetry about bombing brown kids.
Totally.
It's fucking crazy.
It's
so
crazy.
I have a little bit of a deep cut for you. Did you ever read the Left Behind books?
Oh, yeah, my guy.
There was a pastor in my town growing up that would give those fucking books out to all of like the middle school / high school kids and would treat those fucking things like fact.
Yeah, like
and
gospel.
It is.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane.
It's insane. There's a bunch of movies. Kirk Cameron was the first person in the early series, but they keep making them. Nicolas Cage was in a remake. Some other right-wing actors are in a newer remake. The Left Behind series, any ex-evangelical listening to this out there will tell you they were fucking traumatized because they were afraid when they woke up, they would be left behind despite being a Christian, because a big fear in these spaces is, are you really saved? Are you really on God's side? They're always reinforcing this like sense of self-doubt. True story. One time in my 20s, I woke up Christmas Day and couldn't find my family for maybe 10 minutes.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, oh shit, the rapture happened. I know, it's hilarious now.
In your 20s?
I really thought that. I was like 23, 24. My co-host, April LaJoy, was even more in that world. She had legit panic attacks about it. Legit. There's a movie out of the 70s called Thief in the Night. Go watch that fucking trailer. It's all about the rapture.
All right, I got a really important question, and there's some good questions in here, but I got to ask this first. So I only have seen one movie about the rapture.
Okay.
And it is a movie that Seth Rogen wrote called This Is the End.
I've never seen it. Is it good?
Oh my God. You gotta watch it. It's I mean, it's completely absurd. I mean, it's just all of these Hollywood guys who are friends. And they actually all go by their own names. So it's like Seth, Danny McBride's in there. What's his face that's not friends with Seth Rogen anymore, whose brother is married to Allison Brie. James Franco. James Franco's in it. all these people. And so like it's a play on how they're all just horrendous human beings. And like Michael Cera like grabs Rihanna's ass and she slaps him. She actually slapped him for real in the whole thing was like, I'll let him do that if I get to actually hit him. And he was like, yeah, sure. And she like smacks the shit out of him. But they're just like hiding in a house. I was like, it seemed to work for them for a while that they didn't get raptured. But so I don't know what to believe, but it's an entertaining movie. It's not a classic, I would say, but it's since you've seen all these these movies where they're trying to like scare you, you should see see the funny one. But someone asked, and this is an interesting one because it's a bit of a lightning rod, but David, who's a good friend of ours, asked, so what is the difference between white Christian nationalism and the KKK?
Nothing.
Okay.
That's the evolution. Look, if you look, there's an infamous photo of the KKK, and it's black and white, and behind them is a huge banner that says "Jesus saves." You had to be a white Protestant to be part of the KKK, non-negotiable. Right. Now, we might say that like they're not wearing hoods anymore, but it's the same rhetoric. In fact, my friend, there's a great Instagram account called Common Hymnal. He's finding all of this footage from the 60s and 70s during integration. That stuff is fucking scary because it's the same shit we hear today. It's the same logic. So no, I mean, I know that for some people out there, maybe that sounds extreme. It's not extreme. The KKK has evolved. Their rhetoric has adapted.
They wear red hats
the
now.
Same stuff. Yeah,
they switched up the outfit.
Look, Donald Trump posted that inhumane, evil, racist depiction of Michelle and Barack Obama and defended it. How much clearer can it get? That is what the KKK was doing.
Well, it's not even.
That's what they were doing.
It's not a dog whistle anymore. It's just a foghorn. It's just like out in the open.
Charlie Kirk, black women don't have the brain power to do the jobs of white people. They stole white people's jobs. That is, he wanted the Civil Rights Act repealed. So did Doug Wilson, by the way. Doug Wilson, speaking on behalf of Jesse Jackson passing away, said the best thing you can do, quote, for the blacks is to repeal the Civil Rights Amendment. That was last fucking month. That's Pete Hegseth's head pastor. You should read his quotes on slavery. It's fucking insane. Oh, it's so good to be on a secular podcast where I can say fuck a lot because
you're not.
I have to hold it.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
If Luke is here, I'm fine.
Luke, with Luke. I just like it.
But it's crazy.
It's so good to talk about it. It's terrifying, but it's good because it does help to explain it. I mean, Steve Scalise, who's the number 3 in the House, I believe, spoke at a KKK event, and it didn't cost him anything. Like,
it was wild. Even just like less impactful. Watching somebody come up to Al Green and try and rip the fucking sign out of him.
A white guy
was fucking insane.
Insane.
A 78-year-old black man who
Mark Wayne.
Was it Mark Wayne that did it?
That tried to pull the sign out of
Of course it was.
What is up with? First of all, what is up with that guy? Like
he's so stupid.
Oh my god. He was trying to defend the Iran stuff the other day, and they kept asking him the different. He's like, he's like, this isn't a war. They were like, well, but like Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth called it a war, and he was like, well, I didn't see that. It's not a war. It's like, why? Because Congress. I mean, it's a war. Like you're gonna I see him fighting with people in the Senate all the time. He actually threatened to step outside with the head. Was it Sean Fain, the head of the Auto Workers Association, or somebody was like, he was like, we will take this outside, and I'm like. This is the Senate. What are you doing? You're like a
if they would just bring back the rule that would allow you to fist fight on congressional floors, I would immediately run for Congress just for the chance. Just like
I would vote for you, Luke.
Do you really believe that enough to get down here and say it to my face, or are you just saying it up there?
All right, here's the question.
I'd like to find out.
All right, this is where things start to fall off the rails because now we're getting the hypotheticals I like to talk about. So there are 100 senators.
Okay.
If there was in the Senate chambers, they're all in there. No staff, just them. Thunderdome. One comes out alive. Who is it?
Chuck Grassley. No. He's done in the first 5 seconds.
Well, once they do the starter gun, 10 of them are going to die of a heart attack because they're 90 years old. So, who is? I mean, I got a couple theories. I mean, Mark Wayne's a big dude, so he's in the conversation. But I don't know who is it, guys.
Yeah, and he's young.
He's young.
Fetterman's pretty big, but he did have the stroke.
Oh, Fetterman.
Oh God.
What a disappointment.
I don't think I'd want him to make it out.
I have one.
That's funny.
I think Ruben Gallego stands a chance.
Ooh.
Marine.
A year from now, when Plattner's in there, I would bet on
Oh
him.
yeah, I'll give it Plattner. If he's in, I'll give him all of it. Like, no, there is not anybody else. I don't know. I mean, Amy Klobuchar is pretty tough too.
I feel like she could get the others to like protect her.
She
She'd be like,
scares-
"I'll make you a deal," and then she'd thump him over the back of the skull when it was just
She
them.
scares me. I had I'm not going to go into it, but I had a thing in the Obama campaign with her, and then I saw her in the Senate a few weeks ago. She doesn't know me, so it's not like a fight thing. But like, I kind of when she walked by me, I was like, "Ooh!" Like kind of a little bit like she's tough. And this whole
Jason
thing
Crow. That's
well,
a good call.
he's House though.
Oh, House. Okay.
But I was
just
talking about
reading
Senate.
comment.
Maisie Hirano is feisty. I will give some of the women I think would end up being near the end. I think some of these men,
Absolutely.
Chuck Grassley.
I mean, you just like a light breeze on Chuck Grassley. He's going down all those fucking stairs and not getting up.
Have you seen Mitch lately?
Oh my God.
Like some of these.
Disasters.
Okay, who wins, Chuck Grassley or Mitch McConnell?
Grassley.
I agree.
Can they both lose?
Actually, whoever beats McConnell gets 3 for 1 because 2 people have to hold Mitch McConnell up. And so,
Oh, somebody said Cory Booker. That's a good bet. I saw he's a big dude.
He's Jersey too, my guy.
Jersey, and he was a football player.
Yeah.
So like
So-
yeah, he's a vegan and all. So like he's all into spirituality, but like Thunderdome style, he's
so it would probably come down to a Cory Booker, Mark Wayne Mullen head-to-head
I mean,
fight to death at the end.
I wonder how mean John Ossoff is.
He's not mean. He's
I
also
don't
rail
think he's-
thin.
Yeah,
I met
mean
him
enough.
for like 5 seconds. I met him a few weeks ago. He is like, first of all, he's like 6'2", and he weighs 170. Like the dude is like rail.
Somebody
Oh,
would
wow.
snap him in half. All right. All right.
Raphael Warnock could probably pack. I mean, he's a spiritual. He's a pastor, so I know he's not a fighter, but like,
I think he could though if he needed
I think
to.
he could. I think he could. I think when he was dealing with Herschel Walker and that nonsense 2 years ago or 4 years ago, like I think there probably could have been some moments where he wanted to throttle
Jesus
him.
Christ. Mitch McConnell has been in the Senate longer than Donkey Kong has existed. Oh my God. 2 words.
Dude.
Term limits.
For
Well,
sure.
is that true?
Please.
When
believe
was
it.
Donkey Kong invented?
I'm
I
sure
mean-
it's true.
Well, Chuck Grassley, same thing, right? 81.
Donkey Kong came out in 1981.
Yeah. Oh, he's not the only one. Chuck Grassley is before Donkey Kong. Mitch McConnell is before Donkey Kong. Chuck Schumer was not in the Senate, but
They're
great.
before Pong.
Jesus.
oh yeah, these guys wouldn't have
Christ.
even known what Atari was. They had no
they're,
idea.
They're before the 2600.
Well, I mean, in 24, when
That's
Biden was the nominee, he was in the Senate. He was in his second term when I was born, and I'm 47 years old now.
That's
So, like,
crazy.
You know,
That's
I am not a big fan of term limits because I think it gives power to lobbyists. But like an upper age limit, I am not opposed to. Like even if it's like 75, right? That's not a bad-
65.
Well, okay, Luke, we get the young guys are out for blood.
I
But
think
mean,
65 is so reasonable.
If
That-
you're
that-
on
that's the age of
Social Security,
retirement.
get the fuck
Yeah.
out of here.
or
Yeah.
how about this? When you if-
Also, not for nothing, but in particular, like white old men do not want to give up fucking power. Doesn't matter if they're
that's
Christian. or
that's
not.
the only reason.
It's annoying as hell. Like, guys, make fucking room. Jesus.
well, so Tina Smith, who is the senator from Minnesota, the junior senator from Minnesota, she's retiring, and she's like 66, 67. And everybody was like, why? And she goes, I want to retire and go spend time with my family, my husband and my kids. Like she answered it like a normal human being. But these people were like flabbergasted that a 67-year-old, right in her prime, is like not running for another 6-year term, which what are the actuaries on a woman is like 78 is like the life expectancy.
Yeah.
So like if she is elected at 67, she becomes 73. She's got 5 years before she kicks it to like just enjoy life. Like what? Why are these people doing
That
this?
is another thing. I don't understand it. Like, I feel like it's indicative of a bigger problem, like psychological, that you would rather hold on to that power and work till you fucking die, to the point where people have to come get you out of your nursing home to take you to work. Then
why?
like spend time with your family. Something's
Right.
fucking wrong with you.
Something's
Like,
wrong.
I mean, look, like I
Math
understand.
ain't mathing.
No, and also the schedule for senators is not great. Yes, it's a 4-day week, but then you have to fly back to wherever you live. And like, I don't want to do that 80 years old, like fly constantly.
Watching
and,
them fly
like,
is like,
fundraise.
They're all. It's funny. They're always the one that's like, if you need assistance boarding the plane, you get to board first, and it's always the fucking senators. In my opinion, if you can't sit next to the shitter on the airplane and get on in boarding group 9, you shouldn't be a senator.
Luke, I think you just came up with your latest video.
I love
my
that.
limit
There
right
you go.
there.
There you go.
Someone also said also Brooks would be kind of badass. I think she'd be pretty badass too because she's young and she's feisty. She could be a good one too. But do we have to do that? We have to do the house. Who would win? I don't know enough of them. I think that maybe that's a tough one. I don't.
They would all
Take
run.
an AOC. I think she'd go the distance.
If AOC and Crockett came at me angry, I'd be terrified.
Oh my God.
I would be terrified.
I would just say whatever I did, I'm so sorry. I
I'm
apologize.
so sorry.
I mean, whatever it takes. I am wrong on every level.
I love how we went from we're going to talk about the war in Iran to who's going to win a Thunderdome battle, a bunch of octogenarians fighting each other to the death to be the last standing senator.
Well, can I ask Mr. Global a question about
Absolutely.
Because it's not every day I get to talk to someone
Please,
who's
'cause
like an
I'm-
expert on this stuff.
I'm just flailing in the wind at this point. So have at it.
Can I just say something before you ask me that?
Sure.
I'm still fucked up about the guy falling off the horse. Because I'm trying to hear me out. This guy
go
falls
ahead.
off a horse, and 150 years later, all this shit's happening.
Uh-huh.
So, what you said was that the butterfly effect is causing like theological or religious warfare today.
Mm.
And how do those things conflict with each other? Like my brain is fucked up right now because I'm like,
Yeah.
because
I mean,
that's a total
yeah.
butterfly effect thing. This
Yeah.
dude falls off a horse 100 and something years
100%.
ago, and now Christians are like doing whatever the fuck they're doing. Like,
Yep. I mean, the story that I understand is that while he's recovering is when he gets like real deep into this kind of theology. So, and it was a pretty severe injury. I mean, so I can't prove that it was part of that, but I mean, absolutely that's the timeline. Falls off horse, develops this theology. Here we are.
Now we got dickheads. running
No,
around
for
bombing
real. I
people.
mean, and I think for people who grew up in the bubble that I did, homeschooled, in this world of like, this is the truth. You are so shell shocked when you get above ground out of that basement and realize that so much of the theology you were given isn't even historic Christianity. It's like made up European white man shit. Like
Right.
really, like it's not the term you hear often is biblical. We're biblical Christians. No, the fuck you're not. You are ripping off of a man from the 19th century.
You like fan fiction.
Jesus, So my question,
what's
Mr.
worse?
Global, is around oil. Do you think, because this stuff is not my lane. Is there an incentive for the U.S. to start this war with Iran for oil? Like, is there a direct link here? I thought that we were somewhat self-sufficient on oil, but what the fuck do I know? Okay.
Honestly, if you want as much insight as possible as to why Donald Trump does something, I think you listen to Trump supporters.
Yeah.
And you know what I've heard a lot of since this started? Nobody else had the guts to do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here like, does he just want to be that fucking guy, the only guy that had the guts to do it, right? Because he's so like self-conscious about how he stacks up to previous presidents. And it's his whole world revolves around someone thinking he's better than them. And now I'm wondering, did we go start a war with Iran just because no one else had the guts to do it? When in all reality, they knew it was a dumb fucking idea. It wasn't that they didn't have the guts. They just knew it was a stupid ass fucking thing to do. Like,
what I don't
KK Caroline said that he had a feeling, and that's why that happened.
Oh yeah, that was today's
Yesterday?
excuse.
Yeah.
She had a
Right,
feeling
right.
this was gonna happen. You're just like, I mean,
Oh my
I guess
God.
like
It's
I guess
short-circuiting.
but like yeah.
if
so
you go back and look at every time we almost went to war with Iran, and the reason we didn't, it's because of exactly what is happening right now. Every one of them decided it would turn into a big regional conflict with a bunch of countries and spiral out of control. And that is exactly what's happening right now.
Israel has invaded Lebanon, so that's happening.
Yeah.
Iran has fired rockets at UAE, Qatar, Oman, Syria, Saudi
Bahrain.
Arabia, Bahrain, Jordan, I think.
Jordan, yeah, because Jordan
Yes.
intercepted too.
And then I also heard that
Iraq invaded Iran.
right in the
What?
80s. Yeah.
No,
like,
tonight.
Oh,
Wait.
Today.
Oh, they did.
what?
Yeah.
How do they
Yeah.
have any? How do they have any offensive
It's
capability?
like one of the last things I read before I came on here was they were invading Iran.
What?
Guys,
And
we
of
are.
course, Pakistan and Afghanistan are at war now too. So like
sure.
that whole fucking side of the planet is at war right now.
Well, the good news is that there's no nukes in that area, so it's like totally fine. We can just let everybody.
Pakistan.
Well, in Israel,
it's like
right?
Trump's going,
Pakistan
I'm
and
going to kick
Israel.
this hornet's nest and I'm going to run back over here.
And there's enriched uranium in Iran, so
I'm
there's
just trying
that
to figure
too.
out, like, is there any American imperialistic motive that like benefits us besides just causing chaos?
Oh,
there?
I'll
Like,
tell you.
What is it?
I'll tell you. When we go in and we bring democracy to these poor brown people that do not know a
Liberate
life
them.
that's any better,
Yeah.
they will welcome us with
It
open
always
arms.
ends well, right?
And we will be greeted as liberators and heroes as we bring this unusual thing called democracy to this country of people who clearly know no better because they have been following this theocratic psychopath for 50 years. And then when we just open the doors, we go, and somebody opens the door, it's just a party. And then we get to do trade with them. They're our best friends, and everybody lives happily ever after, as long as they convert to Christianity, and then they can go up in the rapture.
Yeah.
But it's the same
We
story.
came right back to the rapture.
I mean,
It's
there
the
is a
same
huge one thing that Christian nationalists agree on is that Islam is evil and demonic. I mean, that is universal, right? And even Mike Johnson said something about that kind
that
of
religion.
thing. Yeah,
it's something about that religion. Their
yeah, it was like
bad or something like that.
Yeah, it was a bad religion or whatever. So like there is a huge sense of like, that over there they're evil. They follow a false god. And I'm not saying that this is even the conscious decision that was made because of this theology, but Mike Johnson believes it. Pete Hegseth believes it. These people who are pulling some of these levers certainly believe that, no doubt about it.
It's the same replay of Iraq.
I know.
It's the same fucking thing. It's crazy. It's like, look, like I was said on our pod that I think comes out tomorrow. I was like, everyone talks about needing more math science in this country. We need more history in this country. It wasn't that long ago. It was 25 years ago that 9/11 happened. And like the Afghanistan thing made sense. Okay, yep, they've been harboring these terrorists, and we've tried to get bin Laden for a long time. Obviously, that war did not go particularly well, and no foreign invaders ever do well in Afghanistan. But that's a whole different thing. But then they were like, and now it's time for Iraq. And you're like, what? Like, why? And they're like, because they have a nuclear weapon. And then they put these charts up, right? And then like we roll in there, and then we created a little thing called ISIS when we did that.
Right.
And and then Iran gets all of a sudden their mortal enemy Iraq is completely destroyed. And so then they're like, well, I don't want that to happen again. So I am going to cuddle up to China and North Korea, and I am going to build a bomb because they're going to grow up, or they're going to build up again, and it's going to be a problem. Everyone in the region hates our guts. So like all this again for me, and Luke knows this, it all comes back to George W. fucking Bush. Still raining terror on all of us today. Now
Can I tell you another random fact that will probably blow your mind about Doug Wilson, Pete Hegseth's pastor? Doug Wilson, a couple of days after 9/11, I have this audio. I shared it on my YouTube channel, so this is legit. A couple of days after 9/11, he's preaching, and he says that the worst thing that happened this week was not the towers being hit. It was the ecumenical worship service that happened with a Buddhist and with a Hindu and with a lady bishop, and then an evangelical was there giving his sign of blessing. That was the worst thing that happened. I have the fucking audio on my deep dive on Doug Wilson on my YouTube channel. He absolutely fucking said that.
These people, like
they are nuts.
Well,
Jerry grew up in that world. It's crazy.
Didn't Jerry Falwell? I think that we even like maybe it was the day or the next day after blamed it on gay people.
The abortionists, the ACLU, the gays, and the feminists. Yep. It's been here the whole time. Now, at that point, I was on the other side. Right? I'm listening to Sean Hannity. I'm listening to Rush Limbaugh, the war on terror. I'm like 13, 14. What the fuck do I know? And my uncle was in the towers. Oh. He got out okay. He was safe, but like it was in New Jersey. You're in Brooklyn, so you obviously get it. It's a very shared experience.
Yep.
But yeah, I grew up on the other side of this. Like we have to go fight the bad guys over there. Yeah, of course, war on terror. Looking back, I'm like, what the fuck was my church thinking? Now, here we are. All over.
Let me ask you this question. So, does Jerry Falwell or Doug Wilson and Osama bin Laden have more in common with each other than any of them do with the average American American person, the public.
Yeah. Well, they're all just extreme versions of the religious traditions, right? They are fundamentalists. They have these very rigid interpretations that are rejected largely by most of their own adherents, right? Most Muslims are not Bin Laden. Most Christians are not Doug Wilson, but they gain power and they are able to convert people to this way of thinking because it's so simple. It's so simple, right? They're the bad guys. We are the good guys. God's on our side. They're on the enemy's side. We have this mandate to either destroy them or to conquer them or to convert them. I mean, that's the general gist.
Right.
So yes, they absolutely do. It's like the big Spider-Man meme. They're all pointing at each other. They're all the same exact thing.
And they're doing the same thing. Well, did you see so Texas had a primary yesterday, a lot of people know. And obviously we know about the Senate races and what happened there, but there was a congressional race where a Republican woman lost her race, and her response, either she did this before, she did it today. She got a Quran, put it in her backyard. Mr. Global has seen this. Got one of, I think it was one of Elon's flamethrowers.
Oh my God.
And she flame throws the Quran. I don't know what point she was making.
Is that Valentina Gomez? Did she do that?
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
she's
the same one. She's the same one that did that fucking like she made a body. Like she put a body and then fucking shot it.
Yes.
She's a fucking
was that supposed to be Muhammad or something?
No, it was supposed to be like a detained immigrant.
Oh,
she's also the same person who went to a progressive affirming church and disrupted the service. Speaking of arresting protesters, right?
Well, we're supposed to arrest that, right?
Right. You would think, Pam Bondi, where are you, right? I thought you protected religion, but no. Yeah, no, she's crazy. She's wild.
And she got thousands of votes.
Did she?
Did you see the lady that beat her?
No.
Is she even right?
She worse?
The lady that beat her is 84 years old.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Was it an incumbent? Was that what it was?
I don't know. She said in that video.
Look it up.
And and then I saw another video somewhere. Hey, something just occurred to me. Since we're over there in Iran, why don't we just knock somebody off a fucking horse and leave? Like, that's it. And then they're fucking. And then in 100 years, they'll all be fucking Bible thumping.
I love how you're so stuck on that still.
Well, dude, I didn't know that story either.
Yeah,
it's fucking crazy.
It's crazy.
I mean, I know there's how many versions of the Bible have been created over time, right? There's and so when people are like, it's in the Bible or it's not in the Bible, it's like, well, which one? Yeah, but that story, is. Oh, it's also like, what's his face? The guy who created the founder of the Mormon Church. Is that John Smith? No, Roger Smith or whatever his name was. He just in the 1850s. Joseph Smith did it, made it in the 1850s, and it's like, yep, this is our religion. And it's like, well, what happened to all the time? You're just like, what? But what kills me, and this is a bad thing, so I'm not saying anything good about them, but all these religious people are like, well, Scientology is a cult, and I'm like, well, yes, I agree with that because there's some entrapment shit and there's all kinds of crazy stuff, but some of you guys are not that different.
Oh, I mean, I wrote a piece a few weeks ago where I said that I left my former tradition is a cult. That's what it is. I would argue it's the biggest cult in America is white evangelicalism. Because think about how they follow Trump. Think about the blind, stupid loyalty they have to an adjudicated rapist, right? Who brags about assaulting women, who is dumb. And dude, I have books on my shelf. One of them is called Christ Trump. Someone wrote a book comparing Trump to the second coming of Christ. I have these books for reference, so people think that they know I'm not lying to them. It's real. It's on my shelf somewhere.
Yeah. It's
a cult.
Do people write those books believing it, or do they write the books to sell it to the people that believe it?
I think the people who write it are definitely sincere. I mean, it takes a lot of writing a book's not easy.
No.
And so you have to be pretty freaking motivated, to write something like that. And that's one of two. The other one is called Donald Trump, the Messiah, the Christ. That's the other one that was written.
Well, have you seen
fucking for real?
Well, have you seen all these paintings that this guy does of Trump?
Yeah.
Where it's like Jesus is over his shoulders, or
it's a woman who does that.
What? Really? I thought it was some dude.
Oh, one of the worst ones I saw.
She does the worship service. Yeah.
One of the craziest ones I saw was after he got shot at in Butler, Pennsylvania. They put out it went fucking viral. There's a painting of an angel moving the bullet over. And all I got to say is it's got to feel fucking terrible to be the family of the guy who got that bullet and be like, yeah, all these guys are like, well, God says my dad had to die so that Trump would live.
Well,
I mean, it's fucking crazy.
But do we know that they don't believe that?
I mean,
Because I was fucking front row for that thing, right? Like, you know, I just I have an idea, guys. Tim, your opinion matters most, but I want to hear from everybody. What if I change my name? I go to a pseudonym, and start writing Trump fanfic, just using ChatGPT, make a funny cover, and sell it to MAGAs, and then they give me money, and then I donate it to Democratic candidates.
Oh my God.
I think it could work. That's a lot of work, though. It's a lot of work.
Not with AI, bro. You kidding me?
I know, with the marketing
that go
and
viral or AI.
You can automate that shit, Tim.
Yeah, easy. I'm trying to find the freaking book.
Oh, and then what I do after that
I don't know where it
is I write a book about how I fooled all of them, and then I get all the money from the other side. Then I can retire, and I don't have to work.
It's just like a loop.
It's a loop, buddy. Where the hell? It's driving me crazy.
So
anyway, yeah, these
true
books
story,
are real.
Tim.
Yeah.
I have a true story for you.
Let's hear it.
First of all, I have a trivia question.
All right.
Since we got on religion, what event caused Billy Graham to remove the Mormon Church as a cult from his website?
I don't know.
Oh,
I thought Tim would know this.
You're saying words, but I don't know.
I didn't know that he did that at all.
Yes. He did it the day after something happened.
Something happened.
wait, didn't he? Was he the one that had a affair?
Not Billy Graham. No.
No.
Yep.
Oh, I'm thinking
You're
of Jimmy
you're thinking of his
Swaggart. Oh, well, that's a whole. Yeah, that's a whole other conversation.
What was the event? I'm so curious.
The nomination of Mitt Romney.
Are you kidding me?
Really?
What?
Look it up.
I'm going to.
Look it up.
I never heard
No
that.
way.
Yes, the Mormon Church was listed on Billy Graham's website as one of the cults. He had a list of cults,
Not surprised.
and one of them was the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and he removed that when Mitt Romney won the Republican nomination. Did you find
CBS
it?
News 2012. Billy Graham's organization removes Mormonism from its list of cults by Stephanie Condon.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh my God, I had no idea.
I
That,
thought Fullerton
though,
would
is
know that. He's
so-
into politics.
That
I
is
no, I was in the Obama
textbook.
administration. I would have thought I would have heard it. I had
Obama
no
was the
idea.
president.
I
That's
know.
why I thought you would know it.
I was in the administration. We were all terrified we were going to lose, so I had to go down to the bottom of Virginia for 6 weeks to try to hold the line and just break even in Virginia Beach. I was so scared about losing my job, but I didn't hear that.
So, according to Ken Barron, chief of staff for the Billy Graham Association, he told the Observer in a statement, quote, "We removed the cult information from the website because we do not wish to participate in a theological debate about something that has become politicized during this campaign." AKA, we're voting for the motherfucker, and we need justification to vote for him. Which, by the way, I miss Mitt. Like, can we go back to Mitt, please? I'm begging you.
I mean, at least look, like I have lots of problems with Mitt, but like he marched in the Black Lives Matter march, and he did some things, and he did vote to impeach Trump.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still like, yeah. But like, and obviously Mitt Romney would be better than Donald
McCain
Trump.
defended Obama during their debates. You know, like, I mean, I'm not saying, look, I voted for both of those people. I was evangelical, right? I was taught to because Obama was the literal fucking antichrist. But my point is that like they at least had some level of like, I don't know, human decency on some level. And it's so weird thinking that the last nominee before Trump was Mitt Romney. And they're all gone. Paul Ryan's gone. Romney's gone. They are toast. They're toast. They're all rhinos now.
Yeah, though Paul Ryan sits on the board of Fox News still, so like he's meddling. He's trying to stay out of it, but that's crazy. Oh my God, I did not know any of that.
That's a great trivia fact. Wow,
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I mean, I heard more times than not. How many times I heard about binders full of women and Romney doing the National Lampoon's Vacation deal with the dog on the roof of the car thing. Like that's the stuff I heard over and over again. Or how Russia wanted the Republicans to win, which actually was quite some foreshadowing, but in a very different way. Yeah, I never heard that. That is wild. But A different world. A different world.
So
well,
the story.
Yeah.
The other day, my kid wanted to go fishing. So I go to this bait shop to get some stuff for my kid. I haven't gone in this place in years because it's completely full of Trump stuff. You walk in, it's hats, flags, socks, tie, pajamas, like the whole. And I'm like, well, it's close to my house. I didn't want to drive all the way, 20 miles. So I'm like, let's just go. I walk in there and I'm looking for stuff for my kid. And this old man walks up to me and he's like, I'm going to give you a discount. And I said, why are you going to give me a discount? And he said, because I follow you. I follow you.
Oh, really?
He's like, I want to give you a discount. And I said, I looked around and I'm like,
are we sure?
And he looked at me and he winked and he said, these stupid sumbitches around here will buy anything. Like,
are you serious?
He's not a Trump supporter at all. And his whole inside of his store is full of Trump shit.
Oh, he already did the idea. Oh my God, he really did.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah. And I said, well, I hate to tell you this, but you've lost my business for like the last 3 years because I thought you were some Trump fanatic. And he was laughing his ass off. I said, dude, don't give me a discount because I haven't been shopping here anyway. So, but it was the funniest thing.
That is incredible. Oh, I love that. I love that so much.
So I'm going to teach him how to do social media fishing videos.
There you go. I love it.
Perfect.
What kind of fish you go for, Mr. Global?
Bass.
Oh, yes.
Bass and catfish.
You a bait caster guy or spinning rod?
Bait caster.
I haven't gotten to go out yet this year, but I'm fucking looking forward to it.
Luke, where are you located? What state?
Fucking Iowa. This place is trash. Terrible state. I hate this place.
Same answer
every time. Every time.
Why are you so mad all the time? Is that why you're angry all the time?
I'm surrounded by fucking slack-jawed half-wits.
Are you I might have misheard, but are you like on a farm or something like that?
I grew up on a farm.
Grew up on a farm. Okay, gotcha. I would love to hear your story one day. That'd be interesting. I have a lot of questions.
Yeah, we can do that. Well, we've hit the hour mark, and I think leaving on that amazing story is probably a good way to do it.
That is a good end.
We had a lot of people. We had like 80 concurrents here, up to almost 100. So we're doing well. And everybody, if you want to support us, go ahead and give us a membership. We can't do the high fives like last time. I don't know if Tim and Mr. Global don't know this story, but when we did the State of the Union live at the DNC last week, we were streaming in a different way. I could actually see when subscribers were coming in. We had one. And so then Luke and I high-fived. And Luke, one of his claims to fame, other than telling people to get fucked, is he gives what he calls as a really crisp
I don't give bad high fives.
So we hit, and it's like, one, it's like, oh, that's a little stingy. And then another one comes in. So then we're like, okay. And this is during Trump's speech. Also, the bourbon had been brought out at this point because it was so bad. And we're like, bad. I can't believe that we agreed to do this for the longest speech in State of the Union history. And he didn't say anything. It was like, here's the hockey team for 30 minutes. You're like, I don't know what to say about it.
I was suffering with you on my live stream as well. I was right there. I got off at 12:30 because I stayed for the rebuttal piece as well. But
we did until 12:08 or something.
It was pretty late.
Something like that. But anyways, but here's the deal. So two come in, and then we start doing this, and then another one, and then another one. So we're doing it. And then it started to really hurt. Then some people are gifting subscriptions, like 5 at a time to different people. So then it's 5, 10, 15. I kid you not. And you know how many, it ended up being like 50. So people I have never been.
We did 50 high fives in like 35 minutes.
Find a way to make a compelling argument as to why you should subscribe, other than like great content. We're doing these things, all these people, blah blah blah. It's watching me squirm and grimace because it hurt so much. The next day, both Luke and I's hands were different colors from the other ones. It was like all red. But and a lot of the people, because I'm seeing people who are subscribed now. A lot of people.
They were there. It was them.
And then I'm complaining, I'm bitching and moaning. I'm like, oh my God, but keep doing it. Like and they're like, Zach's like, maybe I'll help. He goes, nope, I'm not doing that. And then I see one and I'm like, that's my brother. Now my brother wants to see me get what is going on here?
Listen, I will give you a life hack that I learned for live stream and for super chats. If I say I want Taco Bell and I'll order it on air, people will super chat me. I made over $200 one time off a Taco Bell order. Oh yeah. In fact, my last live stream on the State of the Union, when April had to sign off because it was so late, so I ordered Taco Bell, had it delivered to my door, ate it on the air while watching the rest of the address, and people. I think we had a $200 super chat come in from that.
Wow.
I was like, I will eat gordita crunches whenever you want me to, everyone. Like, say no more.
Luke, tell everybody what you suggested we do next, which we're not doing.
I want to do Wi-Fi enabled electric dog collars.
No.
So that if somebody subs, I can hit a button and zap Tim in New York, and he can do the same to me.
That's a great idea.
Thank you.
That is a great idea.
I have spent 20 years in politics. I worked for the first black president. I've worked for governors, and now at 47, I'm getting abused for $5 a month, so that people.
That's
can
borderline elder abuse, bro.
Oh my god, it was really fun. Then I'm like, oh my god, we're doing this dumb shit at the DNC. I'm like, what if Ken Martins are out? What if somebody's like, all the members had left because like it was so bad that they were like walking out. They didn't come back to the DNC like we thought there'd be like people, but it was so bad and so long, and so many people didn't go.
It's horrible.
So then we're just it's just like us and a bunch of like influencer kids basically. And then we just got laughing because it was so ridiculous.
It was so bad.
Then we actually there was one bottle of bourbon that got passed around with us, then the people in the back, which was like 20 or 30 people. So we asked for the bottle back and it was gone. We were like, I thought you just were holding it for us. It's gone. Then they door dashed another bottle. And then that's what we had. And then that's what I was like, I got to drink. If I'm going to get through this shit, I got to have a little bit of this. Cause like, this is like,
it was a disaster.
You should, it's
blood pouring down the aisles. What the fuck is this dude talking? It's like a
Saw
Saw
movie.
movie.
Doing here?
It just shows how dedicated we are to saving democracy.
That's right.
In this country.
That's right.
I think it all came to like $300, by the way. So we didn't like, but thank you to everybody who did that. You can also do it just because you like this stuff and not to watch me suffer. That could be another option. Because now I'm terrified the next time we do it in person, everyone's going to ask for that, and I'm going to have to do it again.
I'm telling you, one of these days you're going to get an Amazon box.
Oh, and then the other. The other thing that was the icing on the cake, and I showed Luke this. So the next day, was it the next day? Yeah, it was the next day. We're heading back or the day after. It's a day later. We're heading back. I'm heading back to New York, and I got a coffee, and I had just gotten it, and apparently the lid wasn't sealed, so it spilled all over my right hand, all over the inside of my hand. And then I'm in like, I can't drop it because it will all spill. So I'm holding on for dear life as I'm like bending over. It literally, like, I thought I was going to get a huge blister. So I was like just getting over my hand, like being like a meat pounder, you know, now all of a sudden I've got like a blister. I'm like, it's searing pain the whole way back. I'm like, do I need to go to the ER? I'm like, I have no idea what's on a train. So anyways, no shock collars. Do they have Wi-Fi? That sounds terrifying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're not doing that. We are not. We would make a lot of money, but like, I'm not. No,
it would be hilarious.
Yeah, it's like
I would even let you shock me.
My brand, our brand is just us getting shocked. I mean, probably
can you imagine the merch we could sell? Just like cartoon version of you with your hair standing up on end, and then like a down in the corner like me with a shit-eating grin hitting the button. People would buy the fuck out of that shirt.
Tim, this is pretty alpha male behavior. You know, you're trying to move these alpha males to the left, right? I mean, this is a great funnel. Like, how tough are you? You can
take exactly where I was going with that. I would
do the high five thing every week if it meant we could end MAGA once and for all. I would absolutely do it. I wouldn't even need the money. Just do it. Like, it's, you know. Anyways, well, now we're over an hour, and I think everyone's had a long day, but thank you, everybody. This was great. Like, this was such a fun conversation. We should definitely do this again with you guys. Obviously, Mr. Global has American Power coming. Do we have a launch date for that yet, or we haven't talked about that yet?
I think third week of March.
Okay, so we got a little time. And then, Tim, how do people follow you?
At Tim Whitaker Speaks. YouTube, Substack, socials.
Awesome. All right, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Subscriptions are great. Merch is great. Just watching is also great. So everybody have a wonderful evening. Thank you, guys, and we'll talk soon.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
See ya.